we gotta talk about oil. Everybody is focused on silver and gold, rightfully so, copper, but the most interesting developments are happening in oil. Why? Because nobody's invested in it yet. Here, we can be first before 2026 starts. Super interesting developments happening in oil and in NatGas. You need to know about it. I'm going to show you my 3 favorite energy stocks right now. Let's get right into it. Really important video to talk about. Pretty similar to videos about uranium in 2024 that I posted here, and gold miners, silver miners at the end of last year, beginning of this year. This is how important this video is for oil. Don't miss it. Let's get into it. Let's go. Welcome to Hot Trades of the Day, your show for swing trading ideas for the coming days, weeks, and month. Okay, so I turned bullish, I think about 2 months ago. And things are starting to play out. Now, first, let's start with the metals. Precious metals taking a breather. Nice. We knew this was going to happen, much deserved. But again, nothing has happened yet. You see the 3-step model, we talked about it for gold. We got rejected at number 2. So we know now this is a very important line, which means we break and close above number 2. We definitely want to be in gold. But right now, there's no hurry for us to do anything. We might retest, which would be very normal. This area right here where we broke the downtrend, we'll see. Nothing to pay attention to right now. Industrial metals, which you talked about in yesterday's video, look a little different. Look at copper. I have been pounding the table for you to get in on copper for a month. And look how it's playing out. Beautiful. Look at this chart. This is a great chart. We close. Let me draw this in here for you. Actually, no, let me turn this into a zone. This is a little better for you to understand. Here we go. We close above this zone. It's on in copper. Oh, we talked about aluminum. Look at aluminum. Looks really good. So we're in the right industrial metals. Precious metals are taking a breather. We're going to talk about uranium next. We're not missing much there. We got to talk about energy. And we got to talk about on 2 different levels. First, we're going to talk about the action that's going on in NatGas. I've been pointing NatGas out to you since it broke the downtrend here. And if you missed those videos, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss videos like this. We are about, look at this, to break out. This is the weekly now that we have. We're setting up for big time breakout in NatGas. As you can see, we're about to break above this yellow resistance zone. We break this zone. We're finishing up the bottoming formation that started in 2023, ultra bullish. We made a ton of money this year in gold and silver miners with this exact formation. Now it's setting up for NatGas as well. If we break above this yellow resistance zone, do not worry about the upper end of the uptrend channel. Well, if you look at the way NatGas is moving, you see these crazy spikes that NatGas has when it breaks to the upside. So we can absolutely expect NatGas to break out of the uptrend channel to the upside and have a parabolic move, because that's what NatGas usually does. Beautiful if you've been long in NatGas in whatever capacity, be it the commodity, be it in energy stocks. This is setting up really nicely. You want to pay very close attention to it. But the chart that I'm most interested in is obviously oil. I've been talking about oil for 2 months now. As you know, I was bearish. for the majority of 2025. And I turned bullish 2 months ago and I told you things are happening in the oil market. And again, I'm reiterating this. I see things happening in the charts in the oil market. You want to get in on oil. I think oil is going to be the big surprise trade in 2026 in the commodity sector. Everybody's fixated on gold and silver and they'll do their thing next year. It won't be like this year. But I think oil is the trade for 2026. And one of the reasons is nobody's invested in oil. Nobody cares about oil. We see it in our videos, right? We talk about gold and silver mines. And if I would put out a video, my 3 favorite silver stocks right now, we'll get great clicks and views. We talk about oil, it's fine. And that's a great contra indicator for us. That gives us the chance to get in first, early. Now, look at this chart, WTI. Here's the first thing that we see. Well, actually, you know what? Let me zoom out and show you the very first thing that we need to know. This is the very first thing we need to know. The long-term downtrend is broken, breakout confirmed. So that's the first sign that we know that there's a change in trend developing in the oil price. Nobody's talking about this yet. Again, that's why you're here at Hot Trades of the Day. And if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button or be so kind and leave us a like as well so you don't miss these videos. Second thing we need to talk about. Oops, I'm sorry. Here we go. This is a little better. So my ugly face doesn't block the chart. Second point. We are making higher lows. You see the green lows that I've pointed out. And the most important one, I've said this before, is the recent one that happened with the October-November sell-off. When everybody was panicking that the US economy is going to fall off a cliff, I sat here and told you guys, I don't see it. And one of the reasons why I don't see it is the oil price is not breaking down and copper is not breaking down. I just showed you the copper chart and how good it looks. Look at oil. What happened in November? Yes, we sold off, but we never made new lows. If the new US economy would collapse, oil would have made a new low. Instead, look at all these long wicks once we went into the blue support zone. Weakness got bought up. And this is oil we're talking about. This is not some microcap biotech stocks where a bunch of retailers invested. This is oil. You have wicks like this, big institutions are buying. So with the third higher low since Trump Liberation Day chaos in April, May. This is bullish, especially under the sentiment circumstances that we saw. Now, oil hasn't broken out to the upside yet. We haven't made higher highs. But again, as I said, every turnaround starts with 2 things that you need to pay attention to. Are we making lower lows? We're not. Every turnaround starts with making higher lows. It never starts with making higher highs. It starts with making higher lows. Second, if a commodity, if a stock, if a currency does not make lower lows on bad news, that usually shows you that the bottom is in. And this is exactly what we saw in the sell-off in October, November. Now, I want to point out something else. And by the way, the reason why I believe that the oil price is still not making higher highs is geopolitical. Oil is used as a weapon against Russia in the new Cold War that's going on. Second is institutions don't want oil to pop because they are buying up the oil stocks. And I'll show you some charts and you'll see it because these are big companies. But the beauty is we can still get in at great prices and ride this baby all 2026. But here's what I want to show you. This is really interesting. As you can see, the oil price has honored this downtrend since August. And what has happened in the past is every time we hit this downtrend, we sold off afterwards. We went up, we had one red candle, sell off. We went up, we hit it, one red candle, sell off. We went up, we hit, big time sell off. Now, this is the November panic that was in the market. Okay, so we regrouped, we ran back up, one red candle, sell off. Look what happened yesterday and is happening today. We ran back up, one red candle, no sell off so far. Pay very, very close attention what's going to happen with the oil price in the US trading today. We close strong. We have a new development in the oil market on the daily. And then it'll be all about, are we breaking the trend? And it looks like we're setting up for this. This is why I'm saying this cannot wait. You need to know this now. You need to pay attention to this. Today's close, tomorrow's close, the weekly close. These next 3 days will be crucial for the oil price. We need to be on top here because things are happening. Now, let me show you 3 stocks that I really like, 3 energy stocks that I think you should take a look at. Obviously, this is not investment advice. You need to make your own decisions. First one, Devon Energy. This one looks great. Look at what the stock has done since November. I just showed you the chart of oil, and oil has done okay. It hung in there and actually done quite well considering how bad oil has been a performer in 2025. But look at Devon. It went up like close to 20%. That's a lot for a big energy stock. Yes, we had good earnings. This helps as well. But clearly, somebody's positioning themselves. And what do we see here? Higher highs. The energy stocks are already making the higher highs that the oil price is not making yet. Now, Antero Resources. If you bought the stock after I first introduced it to you, congrats to you. You're up nicely, but there could be a second chance coming. This one still looks great. Look at the long-term chart. We are very near the uptrend from 2020 and it's horizontal. Now it's a support zone. Double protection to the downside. We love that. And if we can get in anywhere here, this is a great buying opportunity because if we zoom out, you can see we break this yellow resistance zone. It's party time. We're good. Bottoming formation since 2014 finished, check, looks really promising. And then the third one is Diamondback Energy, which is already breaking out of this bottoming formation since April. Downtrend, broken. Now resistance zone, broken. Bottoming formation, turnaround, complete. This looks great. I would buy this stock on any weakness. As you can see, we're having, well, we had it yesterday, not to the penny yet, but we are in the retest phase. This holds, looks great. Another one that's not as clear for most people, but man, do I like this stock, is Exxon Mobil. I talked about this for quite a while. I showed you this diamond formation. We had the strong run up in 2020 to 2023. We have a diamond formation which is very rare to find. And the thing to know about diamond formation is once you break out, whatever direction that is, the moves are vicious, they're long, and they're going to go up very strongly or down very strongly. Now, in the case of Exxon, the interesting part is that included in this diamond formation, we have this yellow resistance zone. So most people will just catch on to Exxon once we break above and close above and confirm this yellow resistance zone, which is like around like 127. Well, we can get in way earlier than that. But look how good this stock looks. I mean, if I would have told you this is an AI stock, you would say, oh, yeah, I'm buying this any day and twice on Mondays because on Sundays the market is closed. We are making higher lows, we are making higher highs, as you can see, and this is the really important thing. In these big oil stocks, we are already seeing the higher highs. In oil we haven't, but in the oil stocks we are. Why is that? Ask yourself that question. And the answer that I will give you is because institutional money, smart money, is positioning itself in the oil stocks. I like Exxon Mobil on weakness. Again, you have to make your own decisions. Obviously, it's your money. I want you to keep it and grow it. I think oil services, the oil companies, especially the oil drilling companies and the US oil companies, those are the ones that look really good for successful long-term swing trades in 2026. And again, why do I like the US oil stocks and the Canadians the best? Because during the ESG movement, they really focused on cost efficiency. The Europeans went all in on solar and wind and blew billions building up new businesses, which are cute and nice. But the Americans, they did the smart thing. They focused on cost control. So if the oil price just goes up moderately, right? We're not talking oil is going to 100. We're just talking, hey, oil is going to 80. They are making bank. The exact same thing that you hear now about the gold and the silver producers. Whoa, the gold producers and silver producers are making so much money because the gold and silver have gone up in value. You'll hear the exact same thing about the North American oil gas companies, especially the oil companies, next year if the oil price just goes up moderately. That's it for today. Next video, we're talking uranium and lithium. Standard Lithium. Take a look at it. We talked about it last week. Breaking out to the upside. I hope you're in on the trade. Again, if you missed the video, hit the subscribe button so that doesn't happen to you again. That's it for today. Have a great day. Bye-bye.